You sit at the table, waiting for a simple meal, but something feels off. The way they cook, the way they serve. It's never just about the food. It's about control, power, and manipulation. Today, we're uncovering the 5 weirdest cooking habits of a narcissist. And trust me, once you see them, you'll never look at their cooking the same way again. Number 1, their lies become their prison. Imagine this. Sarah's ex spent years convincing everyone he was a self-made millionaire. The luxury cars, the designer suits, the Instagram flexes. But behind the scenes, he was drowning in debt, lying to his partners, his family, even himself. When Sarah finally left, his house of cards collapsed. The friends he'd bragged to, they vanished. The colleagues he'd manipulated, they exposed him. Now he's terrified to answer his phone, jumpy at every knock on the door. Why? Because every lie he told Sarah became a chain around his own life. Narcissists don't just lie to you, they lie to escape their own shame. But those lies, they multiply, they twist, they demand more lies to survive. And suddenly, they're not controlling the narrative. They're running from it. Paranoia becomes their shadow. Trust? A foreign word. They'll spend sleepless nights scripting conversations, rehearsing alibis, terrified one slip-up will unmask them. Meanwhile, you're free. You speak your truth. You breathe. But them, they're trapped in a maze of their own making, suffocating under the weight of a persona. They can't even believe anymore. This is the irony. The narcissist's lies were their power until they became their prison. You see, lies aren't static. They're alive. They grow teeth. And sooner or later, they bite. Sarah's ex, he didn't just lose her. He lost himself. That's the karma of deceit. The more they lie, the emptier they become. And one day, they'll look in the mirror and realize nobody's home. Number 2, their isolation backfires. Meet Jake. His narcissistic partner spent years isolating him, sabotaging his friendships, bad-mouthing his family, even convincing him his coworkers envied him. Jake became a shadow of himself, cut off from everyone, except her. But here's what she didn't see coming. The walls she built around Jake, they became her own cage. Narcissists isolate you to control you, but over time, their toxic behavior alienates everyone. Jake's family saw through her lies. His friends stopped answering her calls. Even her own flying monkeys grew tired of her drama. By the time Jake finally left, she was the one utterly alone. No allies, no support, just a hollow echo chamber of her own manipulation. Isolation isn't a weapon. It's a boomerang. And when it swings back, they're left screaming into a void they created. Think about it. Narcissists need supply like oxygen. But the more they poison relationships to keep you trapped, the fewer people they have to feed their ego. They'll chase new victims, yes, but each betrayal burns another bridge. Eventually, their world shrinks to a suffocating bubble of their own making. Jake's ex? She's now the toxic one everyone warns others about. Meanwhile, he's rebuilding, surrounded by people who see his worth. That's the cosmic joke of their isolation game. They wanted you alone, but ended up alone themselves. Number 3, their insecurities eat them alive. Let me tell you about Mia. Her narcissistic mother spent decades shaming her, mocking her weight, her career, even her laugh. "You'll never be enough," she'd sneer. But here's what Mia didn't know. Every cruel word was a confession. Her mother had spent her own youth starving herself to fit into wedding dresses for a marriage that lasted 6 months. She'd buried her failures under layers of makeup and designer labels. And when Mia started thriving, those buried insecurities erupted like a volcano. Narcissists don't hate you. They hate the parts of themselves they see in you. Their insults? Those are their own wounds screaming. They'll nitpick your confidence because they're suffocating in self-doubt. They'll sabotage your joy because they're allergic to their own emptiness. But here's the tragedy. The more they try to destroy you, the deeper they dig their own grave of shame. While Mia healed, her mother's insecurities metastasized. She'd spend hours stalking Mia's social media, obsessing over comments, comparing her life to her daughter's. Every post was a mirror forcing her to face the truth. She wasn't protecting herself. She was torturing herself. Narcissists are addicts, and their drug is validation. But no amount of praise fills their void. They'll chase bigger houses, younger partners, flashier titles, only to realize they're still there underneath it all. Meanwhile, you learn to quiet their voice in your head, while theirs grows louder in theirs. Their insecurity isn't a weapon. It's a life sentence. Number 4, karma collects their debt. Let's talk about Mark. For years, he bragged about winning his divorce, hiding assets, smearing his ex-wife as crazy, even turning their kids against her. He partied in his new penthouse, convinced he'd outsmarted karma itself. But here's what he missed. The universe always balances the books. 3 years later, his new fiancée did to him exactly what he'd done to his ex. She drained his accounts, leaked his secrets, and left him stranded. His kids? They found the truth and cut him off. Now he's 55, alone, scrambling to rebuild a reputation that's ash. Why? Because narcissists like Mark think karma's a myth, until it's a reckoning. Every lie they banked, every heart they broke, every bridge they burned, it all accrues interest. And one day, life serves them a bill they can't ignore. Karma isn't magic, it's cause and effect. Narcissists create chaos, and chaos, always, consumes its creator. Maybe it's a health crisis from years of stress they inflicted on others. Maybe their new partner mirrors their cruelty. Or maybe they just wake up one day, realizing no one mourns the person they truly are. Mark's downfall wasn't luck, it was physics. Every action has an equal, opposite reaction. And while you heal, they'll choke on the debt of every soul they exploited. Number 5, their legacy rots. Meet Daniel. For decades, this narcissistic CEO built his empire on broken backs, stealing credit, gaslighting employees, and boasting he'd never be forgotten. And he's right, but not how he imagined. At his retirement party, only 3 people showed up. His legacy? A company review page flooded with stories of his cruelty. Former employees he'd crushed. They're now thriving, CEOs, mentors, and authors. And when their success is celebrated, guess whose name is erased? Daniel's. Narcissists crave immortality, but their abuse writes their epitaph. Every betrayal, every lie, every soul they drained, it's archived. And when they're gone, their name isn't mourned, it's a cautionary tale. Think about it. Legacies are built on love, respect, humanity. Things narcissists incinerate. They chase glory, but all they leave behind is rot. Their children recount their rage, not their wisdom. Their exes warn new partners. Their colleagues whisper, "Never work for someone like that again." Meanwhile, you rebuild, you inspire, You plant seeds of kindness that outlive their poison. Their legacy isn't in stone, it's in shame. And your healing? That's the chisel that etches the truth into history. So let them run from their pain. Let them drown in their lies. Your job isn't to fix them, or even to watch their downfall. Your job is to rise stronger, to take back your power, your peace, and your life. Because every day you heal, it's a victory they'll never take from you. You. Drop A in the comments if you're ready to leave their drama behind. And if this hit home, share it. Someone out there needs to know. The narcissist's pain, it's not your burden anymore. You. Stay fierce, stay free, and I'll see you in the next video.